This Vietnamese beef stew recipe is one of my favorites. It has a lot of flavors, carrots, and not to mention the beautiful red annatto color. So let me show you how I make this beef stew recipe. This is Melanie and welcome to Fish Sauce Mama. So first of all, I'm going to peel a lot of carrots. I love carrots, so I peel like a whole lot. But you can do about 3 to 4. And I also have about 1.5 onion peeled and ready to go. I'm gonna get me a chunk of ginger. And also I'm gonna throw in some lemongrass. These are fresh lemongrass stalks I was trying to propagate, so I'll cut that little ends and I'll save it for my garden. And go ahead and whack your lemongrass to release all the aroma inside of it. And then I usually would fold this in a few times to make it nice and neat, because I'm going to pop this in my pressure cooker, and I'm going ahead and tie it up so that later it's easy for me to just remove it without splashing it everywhere. Believe me, I've done this a few times before. So I usually just tie it up, but if you don't have anything to tie it up, no big deal. You know, everything will be fine. And ginger is all peeled and ready to go. I'm going ahead and grate this. You can mince this and chop this, but I have this little grater here, and I'm going to release all the juice and the fiber in there. So watch out for your fingers. I love ginger. I used to put a lot, but my kids, it's a little too spicy for them, so I cut it back. So this is about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons, and just kind of pop your lemongrass and your ginger in there. I went ahead and cut up my onions. This is just gonna be put aside. My onions, I just kind of cut them in rectangular or square, but you can cut them into like the wedges. That's totally fine. I wouldn't cut them too fine. And then with the carrots, just cut them into bite sizes. The tip there, the end there is kind of a little small, so I'm just kind of toss them in and then cut the fatter end in half to kind of like give them the same similar thickness so that they can cook evenly at the same rate. Like I said, I went overboard with the carrot because I love carrots in this. I usually don't eat a lot of meat. I will eat like 1 piece of meat and a whole lot of carrots. So I'm going to be using about 2 of these cubes. These are beef stew seasonings. They come in 4 cubes in a box like this, with all the annatto color and the flavors and the salt and sugar. Everything is packed and dry and ready to go. So just pop them in the pot there. I have 8. And for the meat, I use 2 pieces of shin, because the shin has a lot of tendons in between, and I kind of like the tendons later when it cooked. It's gonna make the meat kind of fall off and it's soft, and it's not too dry and tough. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in. This is going to be just quick and simple. I'm going to add a little bit of this spices. That's onion, tomato paste, salt, soybeans, sugar, garlic, monosodium, soy sauce powder, lemongrass, chili, ginger, flavor and spices. If you don't have the cubes, it's totally fine without it, but I have a little soybean paste because it has soybean paste in there. I usually just add like a big tablespoon in there. And if you have some of this, that would be good, because this is my mom's special recipe. She likes to add a little bit of this hoisin sauce. This is about a couple tablespoons. And then I would add about, if you have a real coconut juice, So if you have real coconut juice, use about 1 to 2 cups. Usually a whole coconut gives about a cup and a half. So the more it is, the sweeter it is. So you can either use this or use a coconut soda. So I usually use this for cooking and this for drinking. Sometimes if I'm out of this, I'll be using this, but either one just fine. I use about a cup to a cup and a half. 2 cups is fine. And then we're gonna add the water to cover this up all the way. I'm only gonna add to about, I'll leave about a couple of inches from the top because I'm gonna be cooking this for 30 minutes on high pressure. If you like more ginger, I usually add more ginger, but it's turned out to be too spicy for my kids. And lemongrass, more lemongrass if you like, but I don't want to add it all the way because later I'm gonna be after 30 minutes, I'm gonna take this out, let it depressurized, and then I'm gonna add in my carrot. Now this is a boatload of carrots because I love carrots when I cook this, so I put a lot, but you can put half of it, you know, it depends on how much you like. And I also like to add some onions, and this is 1.5. We love onions, so we're gonna be adding this in here. So let's go set it up. Let's set it in. Close the lid. And close. Keep it closed. I don't want the air to come out, so I'm gonna lock the pressure in. I'm gonna start on the pressure. 30 to 35 minutes is fine. It should be cooked to death by then. The meat should be very soft. And we'll be back. So it's been depressurized and I went to sleep. It was late at night, so I went to sleep. This is what it looks like. Use a spoon. It smells really good. So the meat should be not too super soft because I like it not falling apart because that would be too soft for me. But if you like it a little bit softer, you know, go for another 15 to 30 minutes. Adjust it to your own liking. But see, this is very easy to flake off, and that is perfect for me. It's so good. I like it this way, and it's perfect. I don't need to change it or anything. We'll go ahead and put all the carrots in here and close the lid. So it's been depressurized and I turn it off. Still a little bubbling. Look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my onions. So I like it on a little bit on a crunchier side. So I'm gonna put the onions in here and let it boil. Make sure it's boiled so that your food is not spoiled. I'm gonna give it a quick stir. Now I don't need to close the lid anymore because, you know, onions, it doesn't take long to cook. So let me stir it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove this lemongrass here. So I just hit saute for about 5 minutes in case I forget. Growing up, this was one of my morning breakfast food where I had to walk for 10 minutes one way and 10 minutes back with a bowl of hot soup in my hand. Man, I was so ready to dig in by the time I got back to the house. If you wonder why I had to carry back home to eat instead of at the place where they sell it, well, it's because I had to share it with more people at home. I hope that you enjoy this recipe, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up to let me know. Share with someone who might like it, and check out my other beef recipes in the description box below. That's it, guys. If you want more Vietnamese Asian home cook, gardening and more, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day and bye!